tutorial about getting our NBA data. So we left off last time. I showed you that we put together our date list here and all our URLs. Go through and grab all the data. And again, we had nba.py, which was just we were using for our one day, and we copy pasted everything, made a new file, so we could go ahead and make some changes, not worry about breaking anything. So let's continue. Okay, so there's quite a few changes, so kind of go through all this stuff. We're not going to need a request package and stuff. We're going to have that in a function later on, so we can just comment that part out. We're going to still need our team name junk here, and then our team list, we've moved it down to a function, so we could go ahead and comment that out. Okay, we have find team still, nothing here changed. It's all the same. And now we have our function clean name. So before we were kind of just going through and doing it, just one time here. But we're going to need to be able to call it when we need it. So we're going to put this all in a function and put our team list here in this function now. Okay, another change we made here. For team of teams, of course, we're importing our teams from NBA teams, so don't forget that. It's an import. Okay, and then so we're going to go for team and teams, the team name junk, the same way. And then later on here, I'm going to have to add in kind of a check here because I'm running it and ran into some problems with duplicate names being appended more than once. Some kind of bug popped up in there, so we're going to check for duplicates. And by this way, we're going to say for I and team and enumerate team list. Again, that's real, so we could get this index I here. We're going to go ahead and ask, okay, so if our team list of I plus 1 is equal to the team list, so basically, the problem was two teams, were the same in a row, so there should never be two names in a row together because there's only one team playing per day and stuff like that. So that's kind of a bug that popped up. So we wrote this code here just to check if the next element in the list shouldn't be the element previous to that, and if it is, we're going to go ahead and remove that. So team list.remove team list of I plus 1, and then we're going to try to accept or get an index error here. We're going to just print out no duplicates found. And then also, we're now returning our team list. And so we're not just appending it anymore. This function is going to return team list. All right, let's move on here. We still have our team scores here outside the function. So nothing here changed. So I did change this here. We're changing the score to the int of score. Sometimes it was getting a value error every so often saying that it invalid or for int with base 10 empty string. So somehow there was an empty string getting in there and stuff. So I'm going to just go ahead and convert that to an int later. So we go ahead and comment this out. Our score here is going to be this last score we do right here. Okay. And then also this turns out we don't need this j equals empty or less than 20 because we just need to pop off the element every list, because every time we run this team score function it come up with some extra integer at the end we don't need, so that's gonna getting popped off here after it iterates through everything. It's gonna pop off that last element and then it's gonna print into scores. So I'll clean this all up on the next video. I just wanted to show you guys some of these changes that were made. Alright, now we have our all data. So we're going through our for our URL and URLs. So we have our URL list here. We're going to just do our request method here. Art equals request.getURL, and then our HTML doc is now the text of that. And then we're going to call find teams on our HTML doc, which is this function right here. And then since we're not just appending team list or whatever outside of this function. It's in here. We're returning team list here. We're going to go ahead and call our clean list here. We're going to name it names. So this function returns the team list, and so that's going in here as names equals clean names. So that means you're just going to run this function. It returns that team list. That team list is now called names. Okay, then after that, we are going to find our team score. Same function we've been using. Now this is still a pending team scores. Now that's working fine. So we're going to go ahead and just leave that, and that's appending our team scores here outside the function. And this is now returning names. So we got our names equals clean names here. It's going to be, like each iteration through the URLs. It's going to put all the teams for that day, and then it's going to run all the way through. And then we're going to have once we call our data here, names equals all data. This returns our names, so these names are going to get populated into this names. Our find team score just gets populated in that team score list. So it's just returning one thing here. Now here was where we can convert our team scores to our int. We're going to do another list comprehension saying name it team scores. We want the int of x for x and team scores. So it's easy enough. We'll get rid of that value error bug. Okay. We've still got match data. Nothing changed there. Okay, we're going to call our match data function names, which got returned here, and team scores. And then we have our little dictionary here, and we're putting it into a data frame. So let's go ahead and run this. Run it. Let's take a minute or two. It's going to see. We're going to see end of teams, end of scores, no duplicates found. So that means that this team scores function is getting called, end of scores. No duplicates found popping up from the clean names. And end of teams is popping up from find teams. So we'll let this do its thing. Alright, ran that function. It took about a minute or two. You could see no duplicates found most of the time. You could see here there were some bugs that popped up, so there was no duplicate found, or that didn't print out here because it was taking care of that for us. So it's a good way to kind of debug. Now we got to go here and check out our variables here. We see we got 1,304 names, and we have 1,304 team scores. So those two need to match. That's how I knew that there was something off before. I was getting like 1,310 here and only 1,304 there. So I knew there was a problem. And when you run this, the way you could check it is just go ahead, go to ESPN, take a look at the standings. And this was through yesterday, through the 16th we ran it. So just go ahead and add up real quick all these, just like every single amount of games played for all the teams, and that's going to equal 1,304. So that all matches up. We have it all in there. Our home score, or home team, and our home score from our match data. It's each half of that, right? Because there's one home and there's one away. Everything like that. So we have our data frame. Let's take a look at our data frame. We've got 652 entries. It's not going to show us all, but it started here, beginning of the year, and these last couple days here. And the kind of cool thing I just found out about Spider, which is kind of cool, you could just click on this terminal here and then press like Control S, like you're saving it, and it'll pop up with be able to save it, and it saves it as an HTML file. So you could open that up, saves it as our HTML file. And it's pretty cool. It shows what's in the terminal. Saved it all as an HTML file, so we could just battery's dying. I better hurry up. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's check these last couple dates here, make sure everything matched up. The 16th was the last day we ran. Alright, so here we go. We see that Trailblazers Suns, 118-111. Mavericks Nuggets, 105-102. Pelicans, 116-113. So that's a good sign. If the last day is matching up, there's no mismatches or anything. We should be good to go. Shouldn't have any errors. Since we have the beginning of this list here, let's go ahead and show you this when the season started. Yeah, 102, 109, 21, 122. So we're going to assume that everything else in between is correct. There's no mismatches or anything. We should have took care of all those errors that popped up. And we'll stop the video here, and then next time we'll continue on. We'll put this in a database finally, and do some comparison, and do some splicing and dicing and stuff like that. All right, thanks for watching.